This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. I hate this so much. Hi guys. Like, where do I look right now? Why am I nervous? Welcome back to another episode of Was That TMI? This is episode 30. Can't believe you made it here, actually. This is the weirdest thing ever. If you're listening on audio only, you're probably like, what the fuck? Because I'm doing it visual. But I'm alone. I just ate white cheddar Cheeto Puffs and the dust is in my throat. I'm doing it alone, but I'm like recording it because I've been told that it's gonna do a lot better if I start doing that and that you guys want it. I don't like it, personally. I feel really weird, really awkward right now. And you're seeing like the rawness of what's going on. And I fuck up a lot, so just, yeah. And I'm not in my car. I think that's a big thing. I'm not in Tom right now. Tom's at the airport all by himself. Poor kid. He'll be okay though. But let me explain all of that and why. Welcome back to another episode of Was That TMI, where we tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. This is so odd. I don't like being looked at. Because I sit here like a psychopath when I tell the story, or whatever I'm recording. I look like a fucking, like, I should be in a mental hospital. So now I don't like the fact that you guys can see it, but it's okay. Guys, welcome back. I have actual papers today. We have a written out episode, which is always good, because I knew my ADHD was going to be on sicko mode. The past 20 days have been absolutely insane. That's how my life always is, I feel like. So, if you're new here, I'm not even gonna get into all of that. Guys, let me just say, I always do, like, life updates and story times, I feel like, on the podcast. Sometimes I'll do, like, advice if you guys want it. Don't know why you listen to me. But my last vlog I posted on YouTube was, like, I left my house at the beginning of the month, and I've been gone since literally, like, 2 days ago. It's now, like, the 25th of January. I left my house, whatever was gone, and I vlogged it all, and everyone really liked it. But I'm trying to like vlog and keep it entertaining, keep it fast paced, so I'm not doing a lot of explaining, so it kind of just looks like everything's rainbows and butterflies. It's not. It's great. I love traveling, but being on the road with me alone is a shit show. So this is going to be a more explained version of what's been going on in my life, and then I'm going to answer some of your guys' questions you asked me on the Instagram, and then I'm also going to explain my midlife crisis, even though I'm 19 years old. So, yeah, let's go back to the beginning of the month. Okay, let's go back to the beginning of the month. The last podcast, if you saw it, it was me and Rilyn and FSU. I didn't really explain what was going on. I just said I was with Rilyn, and then we kind of just rambled on about literally the dumbest shit ever, but you guys loved it. So before that, it was the beginning of the month. I recorded an episode. I was saying that I felt so stuck. I wanted to get out of my hometown. Not my hometown, the fuck. I wanted to get out of my parents' house, and I wanted to go to South Florida because I fiend for the sun harder than I do nicotine, and I didn't know what to do because I didn't know people in South Florida, but I was like, you know what, I don't care, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna figure it out. So it was January 5th, and the only thing I had planned all month long was to get my hair done, and that was gonna be on the 6th. I was getting my hair done like 2 hours away from my parents' house, but it was heading towards like South Florida, and I was like, okay, bet. I'm packing up a fucking suitcase and I'm just gonna go wherever the wind takes me. The beach, obviously. And so that's what I did. And then I started having like a fucking freak attack because I was like, I cannot be in my parents' house for one more night. I just need to get the fuck out. I don't know why I spaz out like that, but I do. And so I called my friend Lucas, who lives over by where I was getting my hair done. And I was like, can I please come sleep over? And he was like, sure. I'm like, the fuck. So I went over there and I spent the night there over in like, it's like I said, like 2 hours away from my house. And I had a bag packed, like a suitcase packed of fucking like bikinis, everything. I went over to Lucas's, spent the night, woke up, went and got my hair done. And then I was like kind of thinking about it, and I was like, this is a little bit like unsafe and stupid. Like, I'm literally just a 19-year-old female who like puts my whole life on the internet, and I'm just in my car not knowing where I'm going and just trying to like get some UV rays. Like, I could just, call it safe and go to the fucking tanning bed. And I debated on coming home, and then I was like, fuck no. I'm doing it. I'm leaving. I'm going. So I went to my grandparents' house because my grandparents moved from Maine to Tallahassee. This is all a vlog. So if you watch the vlog, you're probably like following along. If you didn't, you're probably like, okay, what's going on? But I went over to Tallahassee that night after I got my hair done, which was only like an hour away, but it was still heading more towards like South Florida. You have to think it's January 6th. So like no one was back in school yet. Like, everyone was still on like their little fucking holiday break. So I went to my grandparents, and my brother was over there because he was already back in Tallahassee, and Rilyn was coming the next day. And so Rilyn was like, why don't you stay? When I get there, come over, we'll go out, have a good night, and then you can retreat down to your South Florida life that I don't know what that's gonna be. And I was like, okay, cool, that sounds good. So I went over to my grandparents, surprised them, like went and slept at my brother's. Did I? Rilyn got there the next day. I went and picked up Rilyn. You know, FSU, I go there a lot, and I am always there partying, and so it's not like the biggest deal to me. Like when I go over there, I used to get a lot more excited. I don't really get as excited anymore, but I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go out with Rilyn, have a good time. So I went out and, you know, tried to play it cool. That doesn't happen. That just doesn't happen. So woke up the next day. It was like 11 a.m. You know, my head's on a pillow right by the toilet because I fell asleep in the bathroom like I always do. And I was like Rilyn was kind of like, okay, so what's your plan? What are you gonna do? And I was checking, this sounds like really weird, but I always check snap maps when I'm going places. That's normal. That's not a weird thing, I don't think, unless you're like a psychopath and track everyone on it. But I don't do that. But I was checking snap maps and I saw Ford. If you guys don't know Ford's been my friend for like 2 years, and he's from California, but I met him in Florida, South Florida, because his family has like houses there or whatever, and Ford was there, and I was like, what the fuck? So me and Rilyn call Ford, and Ford's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be here probably for like another week or two. If you guys are down here, let me know. And I was like, okay, that makes me feel better because at least I know someone down there. And like I said, I had no fucking plan. Like, I didn't know. I knew a few kids that I could maybe stay with, but I was a little bit like, this is a lot for just, like, trying to get tan. I'm literally psycho. That's all I wanted, was just to get tan and be in the sun. I wanted Rilyn to come with me, but she had school. But it was syllabus week. Silly week, you know, nothing's going on. You go up, show up to the class so they can, like, really enroll you. It's like there's a rule where you have to go to the class so they know that you want to be in the class, but then, like, nothing goes on that week, so everyone goes out and, like, gets lit. Ew. So it was like Saturday, and I was like supposed to be in South Florida in my mind, but you know, I woke up feeling like a fucking corpse because I blacked out the night before. And she was like, if you wait until Tuesday after my class, I'll go with you to South Florida. And I was like, I really want to go. I really don't want to be here for 3 more days, but the key to life is patience. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait. Low-key regret this because I did drop my fucking phone in the toilet that night. Low-key don't regret it though, because I had a grand old time with Rilyn in South Florida. Anyways, I was like, okay, I'll stay. So I stayed with Rilyn. Like I said, it's silly week, so we're gonna go out even though it's Sunday and Monday. I think it was Monday night, went out, had fun. A lot of it, I guess. Got back, went straight to the toilet as always. This is such a bad habit. I need to stop throwing up every time I drink because I don't need to throw up. I just have it like engraved in my mind that I do. Went straight to the toilet, you know, things are a little dizzy. Plop goes my phone in the fucking toilet. I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, like my adrenaline kicks in of like, your phone just broke, and I'm also not thinking straight. So I pick up my phone, and if you guys saw my old phone, I probably have pictures of it and I'll post it on the Instagram. It had like fucking holes all in the back. It was cracked everywhere. It got stomped on at a rodeo. So it's like the worst possible condition a phone can be in. I pick up the phone and I'm like, there's one option here. I gotta get this water out. And I'm not seeing a vacuum in Rylyn's fucking bathroom. So I start sucking it out like I'm a giraffe. Like I'm literally sucking the fucking toilet water out of my phone, which might sound disgusting. And if you're a guy watching this, please don't judge me because I did throw up after. So it's okay, right? Yeah. If you are a male, get the fuck off this episode, please. So I'm sucking the toilet water out of my broken phone that's just not going to come back to life. Sucking the toilet water out of it. And I then throw up. And then I wash my hands. And my phone's fucked. My phone's broken. It's not working. Fall asleep on the bathroom floor. Wake up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, you know what? I did go get the vacuum. And I vacuumed the water out of my phone too. It was slightly working. It was a little bit there. My phone wound up like being drunk almost. It was like working, but it was like stupid, I guess. So the next day, it was Tuesday, Rilyn had class that day, and I was like, all right, well, I need something to communicate with people, so I went and bought a flip phone, because I've always wanted a flip phone, and honestly, I loved it so much, and I still have it, but I just need my phone for, like, work and shit, but I love my fillet. It's really nice. But I went and got a flip phone. Rilyn went to class. I went and picked up Rilyn. We hauled ass down to SoFlo, South Florida. We got to South Florida. We were there for a few days. It was honestly so nice. We just chilled and went to the beach and we're on boats and just on the water and just in the sun. And it was so good and chill. And then the last night came, and this is when we met up with Ford. So there was this one like bar / restaurant that he kept on being like, we have to go here. And we're like, okay. So we went out to, it was honestly like a restaurant. We went out to this restaurant where there was live music, and we sit down. This is all vlogged. I'm saying this because people loved the vlog, and I highly request you go watch it after you watch this. We sit down at this table. Well, if you're watching the video, you can just tell we're so gone. But I peep over to the table next to us. It's empty. Well, then this group of men get sat down there. Seated, whatever the fuck. And it's a group of Dilfs. And I'm like, okay, God, you're gifting me for some reason. I don't know what I did to deserve this, but thank you very much. Rilyn asked them if they want to be in the video because we had the vlog. So she asked them, well, then we start talking to him. Well, then Daddy Austin walks over. This is like the leading Dilf of the group. And he's like telling us what they do for work and blah, blah, blah. These are like some successful fucking men, okay? And they're good looking. So one of the guys sits down with us. We're having a good ass time. Then he's saying that they're leaving on a boat and they're going to this other bar that we had been to before in South Florida. And I don't even know how the fuck we wound up being like, can we come? Actually, I was probably just like, can I come? Can we come? Can we all come together at the same time? Okay. He was like, here's what I'll do. I'll buy y'all's meal and you guys can come on the boat with us. Something. They were so nice. And so we were like, okay. So we then are on this boat with so many like older people and we're going to this other bar. So we get to this other bar. We're there for the night. It's so fun. Like it's just honestly, like I was just like, this is why I love life and that I live such like, I feel like people sometimes stereotype me as like not normal, but I'm so normal and I never wanted to change because I have the like most fun life and it's all like things that you guys can do too, if that makes sense. And I love it. Like, I don't like all that like superficial like events and shit. I don't know. Yeah, like I would rather be with the Dilfs that we're probably married and have kids. Anyways, so we go to this bar. There's a bunch of different people there. Like, there's older people, there's younger people. I met some boys from Argentina. They were great. Probably thought I was insane. Then I see this group of boys, really cute boys, like more in our lane. And by that, I mean they were age appropriate for me and Rilyn, or Rilyn and I. And they come over and they're talking to me. And I'm pretty sure I was like full on country at this point. That's how gone I was. Introduced themselves, super sweet boys. They were like from up north where my mom's from. And so I was like, oh, that's so cool. They were saying we're going to another bar after this if you guys want to come. Well, you know, the Dilfs are like, we're going to the strip club. You guys want to come? And I'm like, a strip club, another bar. Strip club sounds like it's going to add more to the plot of the story. These boys are really cute. Another bar probably makes more sense. What do we do? I don't think I made the decision because I was gone, but we wound up going with the boys to this other bar. We all got an Uber. Don't ask me. I don't fucking know. Said goodbye to the Dottie Dilfs. They were so sweet and so nice, and I love you guys if you're watching. Got in the car, went to another bar. I got out a mason jar. They wouldn't let me and Rilyn in, and we didn't really give a shit because we were just like, whatever. So we were kind of just like joking around and like having a good time. And we were there for like, I want to say a good hour and a half, just like lurking the fucking building and like making Doug and Trey TikToks and just doing random ass shit. And these boys, like, kept on coming outside and talking to us. They were so cute. One of them, guys. One of them, insane. Go watch the vlog. I literally am so, like, upset with myself. One, I didn't even look hot that night. Two, I'm just like this. If you're not on the visual, I just did, like, my lazy eye. I literally am just, like, not in the right mindset to like flirt it up, and this man was so fucking hot, like literally so fucking hot. Anyways, we wound up hanging out with them for a little bit later in the night, and then we all like retreated back to our beds as we should. Ford had what's it called when you like tell someone something? Oh, voiced. Ford had voiced to us. Why am I trying to be like I'm in fucking ELA? Ford had said to us that he wanted to go to FSU. He wanted to see it because he'd never been to FSU, and he's from all the way from California. He was in Florida. It kind of just made sense, even though it was like 7 hours in the car. Rilyn had to go back up because she had school, and Ford wanted to go. And I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to drive, then that means I'm going to have to bring Ford back here, which gives me an excuse to be in the sun again. So I was like, okay, fine. So Ford came with us. We went back up to FSU. Personally, I started to get the FSU ick, which I hate to say this, and I don't have it anymore, thank fuck. But FSU, I love it. I love partying there. 3 times, after 3 times in the span of a week, I can't do it again for like 2 weeks or else I start to hate it. Like, I just start being like, ooh, like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. But Ford had a good time. We went out. It was fun. This is also vlogged, and it's coming. It's not out yet. Then I drove Ford back to South Florida. He was staying in South Florida for like a week, and then he was going to California. So I was kind of like, okay, I'm still just happy I at least know someone down here in the area. So I stayed in South Florida, and it was so good. I was like waking up early every morning. I was like working out. I was eating scarily clean. Don't know why. I mean, I actually like eating healthy because I do feel better. And I'm doing a better job at it, even though I just stuffed some Cheeto Puffs down my throat. But I was eating really good. I was like going fucking out on the water every day, literally swimming with turtles, paddleboarding. Like, I was really in my like grown up, healthy, life is good era. And then at nighttime, I would go in and I'd edit, and then I'd whip me up a meal, and then I would drink a bottle of wine. Or like 4 bottles of wine, maybe. That was the bad part. That's where I kept on fucking up. Wine is fucking scary, guys. Let me just tell you. Guys, really quickly, I want to talk about today's sponsor, which is BetterHelp. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. Guys, when you're not feeling your best and greatest, talking to someone can always help. Speaking with a therapist can help you feel more prepared to take on everything life throws at you. If you're thinking about giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's so convenient, flexible, affordable, and entirely online. You can literally go online and talk to a therapist, guys. You don't have to leave your house. You can do it in your car. Wherever you are, you can do it just from your phone or your computer, anywhere. All you have to do, guys, is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. I've talked about this before, guys. It's so nice. If you don't like the therapist you're talking to or it's just not clicking, you can literally switch it, no additional charge. It's so convenient. You can do it from anywhere. It's awesome. Guys, if you want to live a more empowered life, therapy can get you there. Trust me. Visit betterhelp.com/TMI today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TMI. Guys, go do it. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this episode. Wine is fucking scary, guys. Let me just tell you. In high school, and I hate that I always talk about drinking, but I'm just being honest. It's better than lying. In high school, I drank wine all the time. I always drank wine. Me and one of my friends would always have wine nights, and we'd go over to her house and just sit there and drink wine. And I never personally loved it that much because I do like the drunk you get from wine, but don't follow my lead, by the way, if you're young and in high school. In high school, like, we would just sit in a room and do it, and I'm not the type that wants to sit in a room and black out because I just think that's stupid. Well, I have this house to myself. I'm cooking up meals. I'm drinking wine. I'm playing old music, and I just feel like this little housewife running around. So like 1 bottle then led to 4, and then holy fuck, wine is terrifying. I was blacking out every night. Like, I do not want to know what I was saying to people on the phone. Like, I was waking up and checking my phone, and I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? Anyways, Ford was saying, I'm going back to San Diego on this day, and I was like, all right, once he leaves Florida, I'm probably gonna leave too, just because, I don't know, it was just like, he was like almost like a security to have there. Like, I felt safe knowing I knew someone in the area, because I don't know a lot of people down there. Oh, I did meet up with Lexi Rainbolt. I went and had lunch with her. She does like hair on TikTok, and she's in the South Florida area. Fucking love her. It's rare that I find people in like the world, like this little world of whatever the fuck, that I click with. She was fucking great. Love her. Go follow her if you don't. She's really cool. Ford was gonna leave, and this is where, this is what sucks. This is what sucks so bad, guys. So this is where, if you guys have been following along for a little bit, you know I've talked about like this little situationship, and I'm so fucking annoyed because, guys, we've been caught. He found the pod, which, like, yeah. I mean, here's the thing, okay, with podcasts, like, the reason I like the podcast so much is because this is literally, like, my safe space. Like, I come to you guys, it's mostly girls that listen to this. I can just tell that because of, like, the little fucking analytics shit. And it's nice because I'm like, okay, yeah, if a guy watches this or listens to it, they're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, this is how a girl's brain works. But yes, it is. Like, this is my little girl talk I have right here. And my fucking little situationship or whatever the dick is going on found it. And now I'm like, fuck. I can't talk about it, or like I can, but I can't be that weird. But then I'm like, you know what, fuck it. But then I'm also like, get off. Get the fuck off. I know you're watching it right now. Get the fuck off. You guys are loving it though. I was so scared to like say that I kind of like had a crush because you guys get so mad at me. You guys are like, fuck off, Sadie. No, we can't do that. And I'm like, I know. But you guys are like kind of here for it. I'm not going to talk about it that much anymore though. You know what? I'm going to go on his phone next time I'm with him and I'm going to block TMI. Like, he can't type that. Can you do that? Fuck, guys. See, I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to. I don't care. If you guys listen to the podcast, I think it was episode 28, I talked about how I had a friend who needed a driving buddy to drive his car to LA. And I went out and I did it before New Year's Eve, right? I talked about that like slightly. And so this same friend was just like, oh yeah, do you want to like come out to California again? And, you know, Ford was going to California, so I was like, I could fly with Ford to California because, like, I have nothing else going on, and I guess, like, I'm so bored, like, I guess I'll go. And I'm such a cunt. I was like, okay, so Ford and I fly to San Diego, and this is where my life, when I tell you guys my life, is a fucking, like, joke. Like, it's just, like, I don't catch a break. I love it. I don't catch a break, though. Like, something's always going on. Something's always happening. And so I fly to San Diego. And I'm not going to go in too deep to all of this just because, yeah. But I fly to San Diego and I was getting picked up. Well, the person that was picking me up literally got food poisoning on the way to pick me up. I don't know anyone in San Diego. Ford was like at home. San Diego was like 2 hours from LA. So, and you know me, holy fuck, I'm the most psychotic person ever. Like, yeah, I'll puke 30 times when I'm drunk and shrug it off like it's fucking nothing and it's my middle name. But if I'm sober and someone's like, ooh, I kind of have like a bellyache and I feel like I'm gonna throw up and I think I like have a little stomach bug, bitch, catch me in fucking Africa. Like, fuck no, I get so scared of that shit. Like, literally, that is my biggest fear. Like, getting food poisoning or just like throwing up sober. Can't do it. Fuck no. On the way down to get me, this person calls me and they're like, I am like have the worst stomach ache and I'm throwing up. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna fly home. Like, literally in my mind, I'm sitting there in the airport bathroom, like with my bag. And I'm like, I'm just gonna book a flight right now and fly back to Florida and get my car and like just drive back to my parents' house because like I don't want to get sick. I wound up not doing that. And I wound up being like stopping a fucking psychopath and a pussy. But then I went back up to LA. Spent a few days there. See, this is why I don't want it to be visual. Because you guys see me smiling and I know you guys are going to be like, why are you smiling? So an update on that situation. All I'm going to say is fuck love, fuck relationships, fuck men, fuck a dick. I don't need that shit. Cut him off right there. No, I didn't. Yeah, we're in deep shit. Yeah. I think I said on the last episode, I was like, yeah, that little is turning into like a Yeah, now it's like a fuck. What do we do? What can you do? You know, you just play it by ear. You play it day by day. And whatever happens, happens. I could die. So I'm just in denial of like anything. I said I can't date someone. I can't do it. You guys know that. You guys know I can't date someone. And people ask me why. And it's because 1, I have commitment issues. 2, I'm all over the place. 3, this sounds so fucked up, but if I'm out at a bar and a guy kisses me, I don't want to have a boyfriend and feel like I cheated. You know what I mean? And it's not that kiss should really matter that much, but when you really think about it, like, I want to go out, have fun. I love meeting new people. When you meet a guy and you say, I have a boyfriend, they're like, even if it's not going to go anywhere, like, there's been so many dudes I've met out at bars that are really good friends of mine now, but I'm not going to lie, in the beginning, we both probably saw it as more for a second. Was I going to go back to like wherever he was staying and hook up with him? No, because I genuinely am not like that. I don't do that shit. But was that maybe in the back of his mind? Probably. I feel like any guy in a bar talking to a girl and hitting on a girl is thinking that. No, I'm not the type of person to go do that. But the amount of people that I've met and who I'm really good friends with now from situations like that is so many. But if I had met them and said, yeah, I have a boyfriend, they probably would have turned the fuck around and walked away. When you have a boyfriend, you close yourself off to a lot of opportunities. And I'm not talking about an opportunity of fucking someone. I'm just talking about, like, if I were to meet a guy and he were to be like, I have a girlfriend and I'm out at a bar, yeah, I'm probably going to turn around and talk to his friend. Even though I'm not out here, like, catching 50 million dicks. I don't do that. I don't want to do that. I still like to, like, flirt it up and maybe kiss someone in a bar and then get their number and then, like, we become friends. Like, you know what I mean? Please tell me that I'm not the only one, right? And so I can't date. I can't do it. I'm about to go on a college tour. I'm about to want to meet so many different people, but I really like him. Fuck. Get off if you're watching this. Get the fuck out. Get off. Turn your phone off. Go do something. Play a video game. Get the fuck out. Guys, what do I do? I need your advice. I need to ask you guys what you think I should do. But it's not that deep. That's what I'm telling myself. It's not that deep. It's not that serious. It's fine. I'm not talking about it anymore. Okay, we're gonna move on to question time. I'm done with this conversation. So, I told you guys on the Instagram to ask me questions, and you guys did. And I wrote a few down, but I'm probably gonna look on my phone in a second. So, someone said, do you think you will ever get a boyfriend? I just talked about that. No. Do you know what my theory is? My theory is this. Call me crazy. We already know. My theory is that I don't think I'll ever date anyone. I think it's gonna take a guy to be with me, and we're gonna be like 26, and he's just gonna whip out a ring and be like, marry me. Or there won't even be a ring, and he's just gonna be like, marry me. I think that's what's gonna happen. I don't think I'll be dating anyone. I don't think that I'm gonna be in a relationship for a little while. I think literally it's just gonna take someone to be like, cut the bullshit. I love you. Marry me. And I'm gonna be like, fuck it. Let's do it. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm just really immature. Yeah, that's it. Someone said, do you regret putting your whole life on the internet? Honestly, no. Now I love it because now my job is to genuinely live my life and then film it or tell you guys about it or like fucking post little updates about it. Like, I feel like genuinely, like, I love the fact that you guys go through so many stages with me. Like, you guys went through high school with me. Some of you went through high school with me, went through that stage of like, my family's moving, I'm not going to college, I don't know what to do. Then it's like, okay, I'm just traveling. And now it's like, I don't even know, like, hopefully this college tour is about to happen. Fucking, hopefully at some point it's gonna be like, oh my god, I'm fucking having kids and you guys are still with me. And like, I love that you guys can kind of grow up with me. So no, I don't regret it. I think it's really fun. I'm just more careful now about people I really do care about. I'm more like standoffish on putting them online at first because I never wanted to come in between anything. But no, I love it. I'm so grateful for it. It's awesome. Biggest motivation? Probably you guys or like God. I'm always motivated more like by like God, all of that stuff, just because it motivates me to like be positive and kind and love everyone. That's like the one thing I will say. Like, when I do get upset and angry over little things, I really am like, I'm so blessed for everything. Like, be grateful. So that's a big motivator, but I think you guys are too. Like, literally, I spend more time reading your messages and comments than I do on something like TikTok. Hands stop. I'm not kidding. I really do. Like, I just love it, and it's so motivating. It helps me. Like, as much as you guys are like, you're helping me, y'all help me. It's really cool. Someone said, finding a good friend group in high school and college. Literally, how? I never had that, really. I had two friends, Rilyn and McKinley. They were like my two friends, and they're still my two friends to this day. I never had a big friend group. I never liked them because I think the bigger the friend group is, the more shit that's going to be talked. That was so smart. Someone clip that shit. No, for real though. And so that's why I think it's way better to have like just one real friend than 30 somewhat real friends. You know what I mean? So I think just if you can find one person, be okay with that, because it doesn't have to be a ton of people. But if you can't, then just kind of, I don't know, hop groups. Be more of an observer. Just watch out for the fake bitches. There's a lot of them. How to not feel lonely without a guy. I don't know. I need your guys' help with that too. I know a lot of girls. Not a lot, but I do know a few girls that I grew up with. They've never been fucking single. They've literally, every relationship that's ended, they have a new boyfriend the next week, and it'll probably be for like 3 years. And when that ends, they're gonna have a new one. I could not do that. You guys are like, no fucking shit. But I think those type of people need that. And it's not a bad thing, but I just think some people genuinely just like, they need that and they feed off that. Like, that's what they want. And okay, good for you. I think if you're not like that, but you kind of went through something where then you like lost a guy and you feel like a little bit lonely, I think the best way to look at it is just change up your lifestyle a little bit. I had a friend who went through a breakup. She was literally like, I don't know what to do. He is completely for me, blah, blah, blah. I hate to say it. Catch another dick for a second. No, you have to realize that there's other guys out there to get over a breakup? That's not the fucking question. The question's how to feel lonely without a guy. Fuck men, sorry. Yeah, I think honestly you have to find yourself, and that sounds so cliche and so like you have to find a light in your life, whatever the fuck. Literally start changing up like your lifestyle, your everyday routine, what you're doing, and you will eventually start feeling like way more. Do you know what I'm saying? Whenever I am like only thinking about a dude, right now, literally me as fuck, but whenever I'm constantly thinking about a dude and then that kind of starts fading, I just start changing up something in my routine or just focusing on something. It could literally be working out, eating healthy, like it could be fucking like, I don't know, playing with your damn dog if you want. Just find something that's going to distract you a little bit every day and then add more to it, and you'll eventually stop caring about that. There's been times when I haven't had crushes, and let me say, it's rare, but it's fucking awesome. It's probably lasted like 3 days of my life. I always have a new crush, but I love when there's just like no one you're thinking about. It's really fun. Ooh, someone said, when is the self-tan coming out? Guys, I promise you, I actually just put it on. It's coming out so soon. I'm praying in the next like 2 weeks. There's just been a lot of things that we're trying to like make sure are correct before we release it, but I'm so excited. Also, I'm going to post something. I haven't had the name finalized yet, so I want some ideas for names. So hit me up on the Instagram for that. Who are you simping over? I don't think I'll ever tell you guys. How do you handle having multiple situationships at once? I used to do this all the time, and it's not okay, and it's actually mean because you can actually upset some people. Here's the thing I'm going to say with this. Never be the person to lead someone on because you don't want to be led on. People can get led on so fucking easily. I don't know. I feel like people can just get butthurt and so petty about shit when it's like not even a thing. You know what I mean? So it's like having multiple situationships at once. I think it depends on how you define a situationship. I think a situationship's like you're hanging out multiple times, like something's going on, but like there's not a label on it. I think that flirting with people and like, yeah, like you find each other attractive, but like you're not hanging out, you're not planning on it, that's not really a situationship. I think you can have multiple of those. I think you can have multiple, yeah, there's multiple men in your phone, you're texting them, you're hot, thanks, so are you, oh, miss you, blah, 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 like whatever, you know what I mean? But like, you know nothing's coming from it, and so do they. I think that's okay to have multiple of those. Like if you're really out here, like one's dropping you off back at home and then you're calling the other one and he's coming to pick you up, I mean, pop your shit, twin. Couldn't be me because I just feel bad. But yeah, that's like my, I guess, opinion on that. I don't really know how to answer that question. Fucking high school me would have. I was a little shit. I was so mean. I don't want to do it anymore though because I feel really bad. And I think I just got my heart broke like 2 times. And it made me realize like, fuck, I don't want to be the person to break someone's heart because it's sad. But that's going to be the end of this episode. I don't know how I like this at all. The visual, I like the audio way better just because I can come and sit in here and just like fiddle diddle with my thumbs and not have to worry about a camera in my face. But I don't know, it's okay. I guess I'll see how you guys like it. Thanks for listening. I missed you guys. That's a big life update. I don't know where I'm gonna go next, but hopefully back down south. Yeah, I need y'all's advice on what I said I need advice on. Go follow the Instagram if you're not. And I'm so excited because we have Was That TMI merch coming. And this little tank top I'm wearing is so cute. And it's kind of a hint of what's to come. So love you guys so much. And see you soon. Okay. Bye. My mom has a Party City paper for some reason in her car. And the number 696969 is all over it. And it's just weirding me out a little bit.